Sagittarius, I'm hearing that old ship has sailed off. What does that mean for you? Welcome to the Arcana Veil. Child. You have the 8th house here. That's the house of sex, death, inheritances, sexuality, and so on. The animus, a masculine part of the consciousness. The masculine side of the consciousness requires an active participation in creation. And then one card to give you the key for this week. We have the unknown. It's a part of the medicine process for the consciousness and how to grow through that energy field within the self. Sometimes the idea about the unknown pertains or is perceived as a sense of place that one feels one is not recognized in. The same applies for people that investigate things on the nature of the materiality or the realm in itself, the world, how it exists. 3 of Cups here on the child. You could be dealing with perhaps a child of yours. You could be dealing with a sense of needing to look after your child, to bring your inner child back, to care for your inner child, specifically with regard to the past of what you're learning to process, what you're dealing with, what you're healing with. It's definitely clearing itself up in a way for you to find the message, the messenger under the 8th house of forces, the ability to trust your psychic experience, your psychic transmission, the psychic messages that come through to you. In that way, trusting where you've been going. The 2 of Coins here under the animus. Some of you are going to be making a choice and having to go and work or apply for work, perhaps finding that in a particular way. Others of you are trying to weigh up the idea of the pathway in which you're taking. There's the rest card popping up again. I leave it in this deck purposefully for the fact that it's always interesting to see what comes up at the end. 10 of Swords here. In the heart of the nature, the 2 of Coins here, having to make a choice. Do you rest in the unknown that perhaps that which has created a lot of mental anguish in your psyche, in your space of thoughts, of inner knowing? Do you rest in the idea that you know that even if certain people, parties, or places or things in your life are just who they are, what they are, that they're not meant to be in your consciousness at all? Especially if that ship has sailed off. There's a focus on that idea. It feels as if you're missing a relationship with your son. That's what it feels like, strongly coming through. For some, this might be very specific or particular. This is a Sagittarius Collective, therefore it'll be in every chart in wherever it's placed in the strongest point. So, it is a timeless reading. At this point in time, you're missing the idea of your family, your community, where you perhaps have been working away from your family or your community, the support that you had. You're trusting your inner guidance here in terms of what you seek to develop more on It looks like you're trying to get yourself, grown in a position on a spiritual level, perhaps some of you, which means when I say spiritual level, I'm saying things of the spirit nature, that is which within the psyche. There seems to be a misunderstanding about the word spiritual. It's not religious related. It is actually contrary to religion. So some of you are actually focusing on bringing that idea back into yourself, using your own abilities to forge a new path. The unknown is that which you have not explored yet, but what may make you feel like you're a little bit unsure because of past experiences, Ten of Swords, of how things used to be. You're being given the guidance here to take the path, to take the lead, to lead forward in yourself. Let's have a look and see for you what is in the underworld. The underworld is your subconscious or the shadows that need to come through, that need to be healed. We have the sun over the Three of Cups here. Showing that which you miss, what you wish to have. These two came out. 3. 8 of Swords here under the Messenger, but you doubt your thoughts. You doubt what comes to you. 3 of Cups, again, there's a nexus point here, focus on emotions and familial elements here. There's the Strength card here, requiring the ability to actually step into a place where you can take time to rest. The last one, the 8 of Wands. Some of you are going towards higher learning. Some of you are looking for things to focus on, courses to build within the self. And courses to build could be someone who's actually doing a course on learning how to trust the inner self. Some of you, I'm picking up that there seems to be a lot of pressure on the mind, on the thoughts, on certain ideas of the past, of your family. Especially if you think that that ship has sailed away. It tells myself, it tells me and you that you don't believe that you've got something that you've always dreamed to have. And it shows up here because it's suggesting that you actually do. Because by deciding that that ship has sailed away, the nexus point here tells you that it's on the contrary, not really like that. I mean, it's there, but you may be holding it there because you don't feel you have the ability to create that bond, to build that connection back up again, perhaps with a person or with the self. Going through ideas and thoughts, you seem to be feeling like you are beyond certain things that make you feel like you could heal it. It's like you decided, I've stopped, I'm finished healing now. I can't deal with that right now, I'm done with it. And that ship sailed away. I'm just going to focus on something else now. That's what I'm seeing here for you. And the fact that these two cards are coming up here over this section of your consciousness, which means it touches part of your heart. It touches on the animus section of your soul. In other words, the masculine part of you, of who you are in terms of how you reveal yourself, how you create ideas, how you use your creativity to invent new things. You think you don't have that inside of you anymore. You don't have to go and set up a knock shop and build little tinker toys and sell it online. Unless you want to do that, it's also up to you. But the fact is, creativity is not about that. It's about knowing that you have the ability to decide if the ship has really sailed away or if the ship should actually come to your way. Unlike seeing it sailing away, it should maybe come towards you. And that is what creativity is about. It's about the will of the mind. It's about enforcing that willpower. Strength here. In the rest space, when you're able to understand what the unknown really means, is that it relates to not actually going to go and do a lot of things to have creation manifest in itself for you. It's about changing direction and strengthening the mind, and to allow for things to rest in while it's being built for you, while you are focused on doing things that are fun, that are creative, that are exciting. Sagittarius, this was your reading. Until next time, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you feel like it, please drop an emoji down below. It will help me tremendously. Thank you so much.